Simple works best sometimes. Oh, man. What are 5 things you can do this year to reduce costs? Here's a neat thing. Just sit down with some of the best minds and hearts in your business and say, what can we do? People know stuff and they hate it when you don't ask. Just make up list 5 things. Have a little chat with your folks. As soon as you create the possibility of a thing like that, ideas start flowing into your mind. As soon as you create a space in your mind for a certain thing to think about, your mind will generate all kinds of stuff to fill that space. Okay, what's our customer commitment? We talked about just now, a more profitable, extraordinary future. Now, what about our customer commitment? Our commitment to extraordinary value, compelling value, extraordinary customer experiences. Next section. Here's how you get up close and personal with your customers. Create compelling value. Rather than defining your business, as most companies do, defining your business by what you sell, define your business by how you help people. Generally, if I have time, I'll stand at the door for sessions like this in communities and welcome people as they come in. We had some things to set up this morning, and I didn't have time to do it. But I'm sorry, because what I usually stand there and say, thanks for coming, what do you do? I sell cars, what do you do? I sell underwear, I sell software, I sell hardware, I sell insurance, I sell this, I sell that. Everybody's got eye trouble. Most companies define themselves by what they sell. And the simple transformational change that we create with businesses is we get them to define themselves by how they help people. And my favorite example is ice boxes, where the young people in the room ask the old person next to you what an ice box is. It's what we had before, refrigerators. And you know, stuck a block of ice in there and it melted and it kept everything cool. The people who made ice boxes in the early 1900s made a ton of money and everybody needed an ice box. But if they defined themselves as being in the ice box, we make ice boxes, sink or swim, they were put out of business starting in 1920 by what? Refrigerators, ice boxes that hum. Missed that one. But all they had to do was define themselves by how they help people. It's this simple. We are in the business of helping people make food last longer. Yeah, we're making the best darn ice boxes that can be made today. But in the back room, a few of our best minds and hearts are working on the next best way to make food last longer. Who is in the back room in your business working on the next best way to do what you do? Because when you define yourself by what you sell and by how and where you've always done business, it's all about you and it's all about yesterday. For our ladies' clothing store, we didn't say we sell ladies' clothing. We said we're in the business of helping women to look good and feel good. At Cooper, we said we're in the business of helping players at all levels of play, from street hockey to pro, to play better, reduce injuries, lengthen careers, and save lives. It's so incredibly powerful to define yourself by how you help your target customers. It is clarifying. Here's a lady, Jan B. King. She understands what business she's in. It's right on her business card. The E-Women Publishing Network is her business, helping women create, publish, and promote non-fiction books. Anything clarifying about that? She helps women, not men, not interested, create, publish, and promote non-fiction books. You got a fiction book? Don't come to me. Don't do that. I spoke yesterday to a bunch of mortgage brokers, mortgage sellers, people who sell mortgages. And you know how they define themselves? We sell mortgages. Yeah, everybody wants 6 of those, right? They're on sale this week. Take 6. How about we're in the business of helping people to buy a home and to own that home mortgage-free as quickly, conveniently, and inexpensively as possible? Would that be the definition of a mortgage company that might accidentally connect with customers? Rather than define yourself by something that nobody wants, a mortgage, how about defining ourselves by what they really do want? Right here, we help people buy a home and own that home mortgage-free as quickly, conveniently, and inexpensively as possible. How can you rethink your business, define your business by how you help people? We're in the business, and this is one of the templates that you'll get in this package. We're in the business of helping whom, including where. Geographically, where do you choose to serve? In the business of helping whom, including where, to do what, by doing what specific things, because they're better than our competitors. And that's one of the templates you'll get. And then to really get inside their minds and hearts and souls, as we did, as we thought through our Alive and Well clothing store, 3 simple questions. When our target customers are buying or using what we sell, What are they really trying to do? We said, trying to get the kid off the leg. What do they need or want to know? And how do they want to feel? Because I gotta tell you, if you could really address those three questions on a gut level, if you could help them do what they're really trying to do, to know what they really need or want to know, and to feel how they want to feel, why would they go anywhere else? Those are three simple, penetrating questions. So we've got to understand our customers, but do we also love them? Do we love our customers this much, or do you just see a pig? Why do people buy? You can fill this room with all the books written on the subject of why people buy, but the truth is people buy stuff to make some stress in their life go away. In fact, it is the stress in people's lives and their assumptions about what will make some of that stress go away that determines what and where they buy. See, people give you money and you make their stress go away. That's the deal. They give you money and you make my stress go away. Little survey. How many of you have had a customer experience in the last few weeks when you were being the customer and the people you were giving your hard-earned money to actually gave you more stress than you had before you gave them your money? You gave them money and they gave you stress. Is this compelling value? Is this a hot ticket? No, it's not. Our only value to any other human being on this planet is in our ability to make some of their stress go away. Are you a stress creator or a stress remover? Both at work and at home. There's no point in being a stress remover at work and be a stress creator at home. Because I gotta tell you, that for a lot of business owners, home is where they go when they're tired of being nice to people. So having told you that you need to be a stress remover, what I got to tell you is sometimes you also need to be a stress creator. Because they only buy if they have stress. And sometimes they don't have stress when they should about certain things. How many of you have customers that don't have stress about certain things that they should have stress about? You all do. Because there's so much to know and it's so confusing, so much conflicting information, they don't even know what to be stressed about. So what we need to do sometimes is to create an appropriate level of stress and then present ourselves as the solution to the stress which we just created. I'll give you an example. My wife wanted one of these fancy filters that goes on the tap in the kitchen. A lot of money. And I said, there's nothing wrong with Toronto water. I've been drinking it for my whole life. I'm still here. There's nothing, we don't need to spend the money. Wanda said, come with me. Followed her to the store. We walked into the store. The guy showed me this picture. I said, what's that? He said, that's a Toronto water main. I said, what's all the stuff in the water main? He said, there's a technical term for it, but for the purpose of this conversation, let's just call it toxic crap. Gee, I'm drinking water that comes through that. He said, you are. You know, the filter works really well. And you got the money like that. See, I didn't have stress and I wasn't going to spend the money. He created the stress by giving me additional information. Well, a thing like that. Sometimes we need to be stress creators so that we can then be stress removers. Once we understand that people buy to make some stress go away, we can actually define what service is, because everyone talks about service, but nobody defines it. And if you can't define it, you can't deliver it. You don't know what it is. Here's what it is. Service is anything that makes some of your customer's stress go away. Anything that gives them stress is unservice. Are we in the unservice business in any way? Service is anything that makes some of their stress go away, whether it puts money in your pocket right away today, or builds a relationship that owns the customer for life. Not everybody has to have an immediate payback, nor will it. Service is an attitude, not a department. A lot of big companies have a customer service department. Why don't they call it what it is? The apology department. We screw up, it's your job to apologize. We're keeping it easy. Service is an attitude that needs to reside in the minds and hearts and souls of every person on the team. We'll never own customers until we first take ownership of their stress. That's how we own customers. We take ownership of their stress. I'll get the kid off the leg. I'll take ownership of that. Mommy, can we live here? Great service to our external customers begins with great service to each other, to our internal customers. As I said earlier, you cannot poop down on your staff and have poop turn to gold when they serve customers. Poop is affected by the laws of gravity. Next concept, we need to be the caring coach. That's what our customers are looking for. A neat little phrase that I came up with a number of years ago, the caring coach. Here is Home Depot being the caring coach. When they got into the carpet business in a serious way a few years ago, they realized that people knew very little about carpet and less about underpad, so they printed up 8.5 by 11, a penny and a half a piece, 2 colors, a little coaching tool. Gave them out in the store. They posted this on their website. Every time you create something neat like this, you print it out, put it on your website, you use it over and over again as many places as you can. You use it as part of your sales literature. And taking the mystery out of buying carpet. Listen to the words here. Taking the mystery out of buying carpet. A helpful guide to an intelligent purchase. That is brilliant. How could you take the mystery out of buying and using your products? How could you be the helpful guide to an intelligent purchase? What would your one-page, 8.5 by 11 coaching tool look like? Here's Marriott Hotels as the caring coach. 4 days before my arrival in Singapore, the Marriott Singapore, I received this email from their e-concierge, including my reservation confirmation, information about the hotel facilities and services, transportation information, taxi costs from the airport, rental car, and parking info, 10-day weather forecast for Singapore, and also information on what's happening, concerts, events, and special things happening in Singapore while I would be there. By email. Before I arrived, long enough to plan my trip. When you arrive in a city you've never been to before, what's one of the things you worry about before you get in a cab? Am I going to get ripped off here? How much should it be? From the airport to our hotel, it should not be more than whatever Singapore knows. Just all this information, being the caring coach, adding huge value to my stay in Singapore. In our Alive and Well fashion store, we had Phyllis Feldman as our caring coach. She was a customer. She always looked terrific. I said, one day, Phyllis, what do you do for a living? You always look so great. She said, I do colors for women. Any women here remember colors? You paid $80 and you find out you're a spring, a winter, whatever, and which colors you should wear to suit your peculiar form of beauty. Yeah, well, so anyway, I said, how much do you charge women to find out they're a winter? And she said, $80 a pop. I said, well, $80, couldn't I be a spring? I said, for $80 a pop to have your colors done. I said, boy, I bet there's lots of days you're not making any money at all. She said, more of those days than I'd like. I said, so here's the deal. Because our commitment was to helping women to look good and feel good. We had clarity about that. So I said, hey, I'll pay you $15 an hour to come in any number of hours you want a week. Anytime you want, any days you want. We'll set up a sign and a table. You walk in the door, say, I'm here. We just start the clock running on your $15 an hour, and you could do colors for our customers for how much? Free. $80 value for free, compelling value. And you know what thousands of women discovered? Cupboards full of all the wrong stuff. Damn! Don't know how that happened. We coached our way to success. How could you be the caring coach? You see, business and life are complex puzzles. Don't just sell them a piece of the puzzle, help them solve their puzzle. That's an interesting thought. Business and life are complex puzzles. Don't just sell them a piece of the puzzle. A piece of the puzzle is a commodity. And helping them solve their puzzle, how can you help them solve their puzzle? And by the way, if you're getting beaten up on price, it's just a sure sign that you have failed to create and communicate any other compelling value. See, by not creating or communicating any other compelling value, you're the one who actually has made it all about price. And then when they beat you up on price because you have failed to create and communicate any other compelling value that matters to them, then you blame them for beating you up on price. But it's actually our fault because we didn't create and communicate any other compelling value. We are the ones who make it about price by being mediocre. The value upsell. How do we upsell? Who wants to upsell their customers? Legitimately, honestly, helpfully upsell their customers. We should all want to do that. But how do we do it without being pushy and aggressive and without breaking our mandate to do the right thing for people? And the answer is easy. Put the customer in charge of the upsell with these magic words. Tell them what they need and show them what they might want. You come into my hardware store and you want a 1/4-inch drill. I said, well, how many 1/4-inch holes do you drill in a year? Well, 3 or 4. Well, we got a drill here. At your age, you're going to do that for as long as you're going to live. It's only $35. It'll drill 6 quarter-inch holes for the next 30 years. Won't let you down. 35 times. But look at these. They just came in, aren't they? You just feel that. Isn't that beautiful? It goes backwards too. You know, look, it's got a little level at the top, so you drill 6 level quarter-inch holes in here. How many times you sort of get a little wrong? Man, just feel this. See, what you do is you tell them what they need and then show them what they might want. And if I want the $95 drill, I thank you for showing me possibilities. You told me what I need, and then you showed me what I might want. And I love you for it. GP95 goal pads. Any goalies here in their day? Any goaltenders? Puck stoppers? My brother was a puck stopper because he was the only kid in Leaside who could afford the pads. Anyway, GP95s, $900. Goal pads, pro goal pads. Lasted 5 years. There were 250 goalies in the world that played at the level needing them. They lasted 5 years. We should have sold 50 pairs a year to those people, but we sold 3,000 pairs a year. 50 pairs a year to people who needed them, and 2,950 pairs to people who wanted them because of the emotional value of owning it. How do we create compelling value? Number 1, find yourself by how you help people. Number 2, sit down and figure out what kind of help do they need, knowing about us and all the value we offer. You know, the easiest way to increase sales by 10 to 20% in any business is to make sure that all the people who know you, love you, and trust you know all the ways that you could be helpful. We spend our time out chasing new customers that never heard of us and don't like us, trust us, or love us yet, while not doing as much business with the people who already know us, love us, and trust us as we could. So, what kind of help do they need to know about us and all the value we offer, to have confidence in us and in themselves, to wisely choose and effectively use what we sell, to do business with us? What kind of help? We said she needs help getting the kid off the leg. So number 1, define yourself by how you help. Number 2, what kind of help do they need? Number 3, how can we deliver that help? What products, services, information, coaching, confidence? Just think about all the help they need. And then, how can we deliver that help better than our competitors? We said, pirate ship player, get the kid off the leg, money can be lifted. So now, how are we going to effectively communicate that value? Everything we do communicates, folks. American aviation, learn to fly here, just like us. What the hell is that? Get the plane out of the tree. This could be bad for business. I don't make this up. I mean, this is real stupid stuff. Everything we do communicates. How about your business name? Miracle Grow. It's 30, 15, 30. 15? What? 30, 15, 30. It's a chemical formula. No, it's Miracle Grow. Your brand promise is your product name. That's great. Product name is your brand promise. But it had better make stuff. Interesting. 10-minute manicure. These little places in stalls, kiosks in every airport now. 10-minute manicure. If you're rushing for a plane, what's the thing you need to know about this manicure? How long is it going to take? It's right in the name. 10-minute manicure. Brilliant. Fifth Third Bank. What the heck is that? Fifth Third Bank. Do you want to bank with anyone who's this bad at math? How much is a fifth of a third? It's just goofy. Advertising is creative bragging. So many people say, Donald, I have an advertising problem. I say, no, you have a value problem. You're not doing anything worth bragging about. Advertising is creative bragging. That's a 3-second course on advertising. You can take a 2-year course on advertising. Advertising is creative bragging. That's the 3-second course. Tells you what you need to know. Because when you're delivering compelling value, compelling communication is easy. This company makes swimming pool covers. Not the prettiest, not the cheapest, but really strong pool covers. If you own a swimming pool, you're buying a pool cover and you have little kids, what's your stress about a pool cover you're buying? It's a piece of crap and the kids will walk out and fall through and die. That's it. Cut to the chase. What's the message here? It's clear. If your kids weigh less than an elephant, they're okay out here. Ads can be stupid. There's a tooth whitening clinic near our condo in Toronto, and they put this ad in a local little newspaper. Special Halloween offer. Treat yourself to cleaning and whitening for only $168. It's a Halloween special on tooth whitening. It's dark for you're wearing a mask. Who cares? But look at this. Kids 12 and under, 50% if your kids under 12 need tooth whitening, should they be going out for candy? Think about it. It just makes you sound stupid and desperate. Don't do this silly stuff. Advertising is expensive. It's important. You need to do it. But what else can we do? How many of you have a great customer database and you use it to proactively communicate with people? If you're not creating a database in your business today, you're not creating anything. You're not building a business. A powerful website. Writing articles, a newsletter. Get interviewed. Speak to target customers. Get out, be involved. Call and ask for the order. An independent pizza restaurant in Vancouver actually tracked when people buy pizza orders for delivery. And they started phoning during the day and leaving messages. It's Wednesday. You often order pizza on Wednesday. Look, it's Wednesday again. Would you like pizza again? Increase their sales by 24% by getting off their behind and asking for the order. Get involved in the community. I spoke to a bunch of financial planners and some years ago, and then again a few years after, and the guy came up to me and he said, "You talked about getting involved. I got involved in Rotary, in my local BIA, Business Improvement Association. I've doubled my business in 2 years because I'm an insider now. I'm one of them. I'm not an outsider. Doubled my business." So there's just 6 tips on how to grow your business. And you got to have this $1 million database. You need a customer database and a media and influencer database, not just one customer, but a media database. Every couple of months, send the media a little story about your business and what's going on. And on a slow news day, they love it, and they write you up, and you get editorial stuff. 2 databases, use them both. Your website. How do we make a website connective? Pixels on a screen, how do we make it humanly connected? Number 1, make sure your website has a meet the team with pictures. This happens to be Pizza Today. And this is a lady that's hired me 7 or 8 times. But the Pizza Today website, go on it and see what their meet the staff team looks like. And all the information about this wonderful lady, Linda Key, and each of their people on the team. Photograph a little bit about them. How do we connect with people? We be people. Best chat with customers. 2 things you do to create a connecting website. You do a meet the team section, and then you also do a chat. You talk to customers in their language. The best website for that, believe it or not, is Jeanette Bras. Jeanette Bras is a niche market, large busted ladies. Her slogan is, Jeanette Bras, where the alphabet starts at D. And Jeanette Goldstein is this middle-aged Jewish lady who's big busted. She says on her website, been turning heads since she was 12, but never able to wear a tank top. I mean, so like, if you're one of her target customers, you get it. And yeah, it's a little wingy and all, but she has the best chat with customers that I've seen on any website. Here's a great website from a car repair guy, garage in Edmonton. Kelper Motors, and there he is. He's the boss, smiling. Edmonton's most trusted independent Honda and Acura specialist. Very cool. There he is, smiling. His competitor, that's his website. Look at that. Like, you know, this is our service department and nobody is here. Who does this stuff? It's just nutty. Where is everyone? You know, that or that. I mean, it's just, who does this? What's our staff commitment? Number 3, commitment. Our commitment to our staff team. We got a little bit of a late start because we had lots of things to tell you before I came on, so we're just hustling through here, but you've got all the slides. Want to attract great people? Ask and answer these questions. Number 1, in our industry, in this market, what kind of business would the best people want to work for? Take a piece of paper and make a list on one piece of paper. How would it hire? How would it train? How would it hug, thank, reward, pay? What would it look like? Describe on one piece of paper what business would look like that the best people want to work for. Second piece of paper, second question. What do we need to get off our behind and do to become the kind of business that we just described on page number 1? You see, people say to me, Donald, you can't get good staff anymore. How about this little reality check? The best people have to work for somebody. It's just that you have to deserve them. Oh, that's different. And why is it important? It's important because we become what we hire. Hire first-class people, you become a first-class company, one recruitment at a time. Hire third-rate people, you become a third-rate business, one recruitment at a time. We've got to find people with talent, the right attitude, the right personality. We need people like the pineapple lady. Sobeys opened a new grocery store near us, or near our condo last year, and my wife went in the first week to check it out. Right inside the front door, a large stack of golden, juicy, delicious pineapples, genetically modified. And the pineapple lady was sampling with little pieces with toothpicks to sample the pineapple. My wife tried it, said, "This is fabulous." And she went over, grabbed a pineapple, gave it a little squeeze, checked it out, doesn't know much about pineapples, couldn't figure out if it was ripe or not, walked over to the pineapple lady, and she said, "How do I know when I have a good one?" And the pineapple lady said, "Oh, honey, pineapples are just like men. You never know if you have a good one until you get them home." So she bought 2 pineapples just to make sure. Now, she knew the real answer. The real answer is tug gently on the center leaves. If they come out easily, the pineapple's ripe. She knew the real answer, but she knew the joyful answer. She knew the fun answer. She knew the relationship-building answer. She knew the "I'll take 2 pineapples" answer. See, people say to me all the time, "Well, I'm down 2 bodies. Alive or dead?" I say, they come 2 ways. Are we looking for bodies, or are we looking for talent? Here's a thought: every person on your team is part of your value or part of your problem. How many of you got somebody with you right now on your team you're going to think of as part of your problem? See, what you do is you make a list of all the people who are part of your problem. And every one of them falls into one of 2 categories: rescuable or not rescuable. If they're rescuable, for Pete's sake, rescue them. And if they're not, invite them to make an alternate career decision. Here's a thought: almost nobody actually gets fired. They quit, but they keep showing up and hope you won't notice. So when I have to let people go, I invite them into my office, sit them down, and say, "The purpose of this conversation is to confirm your earlier decision to quit." You noticed when we've done the paperwork. How do we create pride and commitment, engagement? Teach your history. Share your vision. Live by values that good people can be proud of. Create a career path for your best people. Celebrate and reward success and deal with non-performance. See, people can only be proud of 3 things: where we've been, where we're going, and what we stand for along the way. And what do most companies not do? They don't teach their history. They don't share their vision. And they live by values that change with the wind. And they wonder why they haven't created pride and commitment and engagement. People can be proud of where we've been, where we're going, and what we stand for along the way. Teach your history, share your vision, live by values that people can be proud of, and create a career path for your best people. Listen to your people. One of the best ideas in this whole presentation is to simply create an idea fest in your business once a month, once a quarter. Gather together with your team. Everyone has to come up with one idea to do it better in the business. So we learn from our people. We honor them, their opinions, and you give $50 for the best idea. How do you determine? Staff votes on whose idea was best. They each come up with an idea, and they vote on who gets the $50. Once a quarter, once a month. I have clients all over the place that do that. Making the transition from player to coach. So often we grow a business from nothing to here because we're a great player. Now we're here, the business cries out for us to be a great coach, and we struggle to make the transition. Well, here's a thought: if there is a heaven, there's an express lane for coaches. People who not only build a great business, but help everyone in it be the best they can be. Are you struggling with the transition from player to coach? Do you have a team or just a bunch of expensive cheerleaders? Do you make all the decisions and they cheer you on? See, we define success and happiness as we build a business by our ability to score goals. And now we come to the point where we need to be the coach, and we need to coach them to score goals. And we don't actually score any ourselves. But we define success and happiness by scoring goals, not by being a coach. We've got to find a new way of feeling good about ourselves. If there is a heaven, there's an express lane for coaches. If you'd like my coaching article, you go to Free Articles D35. What's our commitment to the community and the planet very quickly as we wind down? And this is about creating both success and significance in our lives. Success is anything you do that makes a difference in your own life. Significance is anything we do that makes a difference in the lives of others. Sir John Harrington invented the flush toilet. He was significant in your life, I think. You thank him every day. Mr. Otis, he invented the elevator. Mr. Carrier, you thank him. He invented air conditioning. Bill Microwave. Irving Underwire, my wife's personal favorite, Irving Underwire. Anyway, our lives are made so much easier by the significance of others. Edison, 1,000 process.